Well, hello, this is Peter Combs from Bidamount.com and P.O. Combs Asian Art, and today is March 29th, 2018. And this is a video I hadn't really planned on doing, but in the last 10 days or so, I've been getting a steady flow of emails from people drawing attention, or my attention rather, to an auction that's coming up in Roswell, Georgia. And I did some looking around on it, and one of the people that emailed me said, boy, some of these pictures look awfully familiar. So I did some digging, and you may recall a few months ago, back in the fall, in October, we did a few pieces and a blog on this outfit, Eden Galleries. They're located in Marietta, Georgia. They have a website. The website is still up. You may recall this is the company. And they seem to have fallen into nearly a continuous bounty of Chinese antiques until you really looked at them, and we realized that they were all fakes and reproductions. And here is their last sale that goes back to January of this year. And you may recall that they had lots of porcelains claiming to be Qinlong and, Kangxi and Ming and Yuan and all this other crazy stuff. And of course, the consensus by everybody that I've spoken to, that every piece there is brand new, or 99% of it's new anyway. As far as porcelain goes, the jades, we didn't examine them, but boy, they look suspicious. At any rate, this other auction gallery popped up, and people have been looking at it, and this is it. It's called Lauren Gallery, and it's in Roswell, Georgia. And I began to look, and sure enough, their advertising and their photography and their promotions in these auctions, the imaging all looks very much the same. And then we scrolled over to look at how they photographed their stuff. Here is Lauren Gallery's photography, and here is Eden Gallery's photography. Maybe they just hire the same photographer. Could be a complete coincidence. Nothing to see here. But at any rate, I took a good look at this auction. And it's a 2-day sale, April 21st and 22nd. And just so you understand where these places are, here's Marietta, Georgia, where Eden Galleries is, and over here is Roswell, Georgia, where the new Lauren Gallery popped up in the last year or so. All right, maybe it's an ex-employee or something that's gone over there to open up his own shop. But in any event, I was browsing the site and I came across this vase. And this is on the Lauren site. And those of you that watch videos on the internet probably going to recognize that vase, I suspect. And I'm going to show you probably why you recognize it. And we're going to talk a little bit about it in just a minute. So stick around. This is kind of interesting.
The workshop is run by three brothers. They bring out a blue Qing Dynasty vase. It's a prototype, they say, of the one auctioned off. William is impressed by the quality.
Here is amazing. I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. 那个时候是做几个之后，不可能只烧一个。这个是我们是客户要求的第一个好的，当然有些残的话就是哪里有些小毛病的，挑好的经办，剩下的就是我们做了3个4个。
The brothers claim their client brought an original in to have it copied, and then sold the fake. They show us a picture of the vase in an auction house's catalog. We later confirm a red vase of similar shape and size was sold in a recent U.S. auction. It was expected to sell for $50,000, but went for more than $480,000. The auction house didn't return our repeated calls for comment, but their website says the vase came from a Boston estate.
All right, and here are the two vases. And if you look at them, you can see that the similarities are rather striking. And I'm not sure if the one being sold at Lauren Galleries is made by the same workshop that made the fake on the left that was made in China that was in the video, that sold for $500,000 here in the States a few years ago. But they're certainly kissing cousins at this point. And if you take a look at the foot rims, the bottoms of them, there's some striking similarities. We couldn't get a good picture of the bottom of the one that was in the video because we had to capture it from a live stream. But at any rate, that's it. And now we're going to move on to the rest of the Lauren Gallery's offerings. And You can compare them and go back and forth between Lauren Galleries and the old Eden Gallery and see if you can find comparisons. Here's the Eden, the Lauren Gallery stuff, and here are some of their paintings. They've got lots of paintings and with people posing in the pictures, just like Eden Galleries did. And here is one of these massive Yuan dynasty. They called it Ming. It's actually a copy of a Yuan plate. And they did some of them, I guess, in the early Ming, but this is a reproduction, pretty obviously. The way the drawing is done, the red isn't a bad color, but it's not quite the right tone. And there's the picture of the back of the plate. Clearly not an early example, the way it's done, just completely wrong. And then we get over here, they have a Guangzhou type of plate. They're marking it as Guangzhou Imperial Large Charger. By the way, this site is also advertising on all of the Chinese sites. All of the Chinese sites, like Live Auctioneers, but the Chinese versions have picked up on this guy. They're running their sale simultaneously through, I found at least 2 other Chinese sites that were carrying it. And here's a copy of the Guangzhou plate. The dragon is rather poorly done. The decoration is off. The way the flames are done are just way too stylized. And here's the back of it with that very popular Guangzhou mark. These plates routinely bring, the real ones. I think there was one at Sotheby's or Christie's, a yellow one, just recently that brought, I think, a couple of 100,000. So there you go. But if you look at the foot rims on these, that is not the right foot rim. It's been darkened and messed with, and is the wrong color. And then mosey on, they've got this yuan type jar. Again, not terribly convincing, but probably convincing enough to fool somebody. They give you a nice old lid on it. There's a close-up of the decoration. And then again, you have this fake iron oxide stain smearing around it where the looting line would be. There's a Wan Li box in here. That's supposed to be Wan Li. It is not Wan Li. These are copies. They look at this. They even put a little fake damage on the box. If I get back to it, hold on. All right. You see these chasing lines on the foot. That's not what you want to see either. And then they have this Kangxi vase with the carp on it. These deep cobalt blue type of Kangxi vases. This is a copy. It's a blatant copy, as a matter of fact, of a rouleau vase. It's nicely shaped and all that. The shaping isn't too bad, but the carp is very stiff and angular looking, very unoriginal looking, too bright. It's just wrong all the way around. And there's the foot rim on it. But notice the feet are getting better on these. Slightly better shaping on it. Still off. And the color of the paste is wrong. And again, you see all these little black spots turning up underneath. They're getting pretty good at those. The mark is not terribly well done either. And then you have, of course, the main event, or one of the main events was this. This is the one that was in the video. And I hope that you all look at this very carefully and avoid these pieces like the plague, because they're just modern. They're just modern copies, and there's no nice way to say it. Okay, so check them out. Take a good look at them, and I hope this saves some of you out there some money. All right, be good. Let's do the regular video tomorrow. Bye bye.